Hey folks, it's been a while since I've done one of these like what would you call it, a talking head video, a chat. We took a long break from YouTube and streaming. I took a couple months off and I just needed to decompress. I had a few things to do, some stuff to think and worry about, and just haven't really felt like making content. And I've just stuck to my I had a little routine. I stuck to it. Feeling a lot better now. Figured I'd throw up a video just to basically clarify, maybe just have a quick chat about Gears, something like that. Maybe you're missing the old Z's opinion on some stuff. I've been playing Path of Exile. I've been making some videos on that. It's a game I enjoy. It's a game I play, and obviously I'm not making any Gears related content. What I will say is I have two things to discuss, get your opinions for a change rather than my own, about a infamous Gears Fenix collection and also Gears 6. So first of all, yeah, I'm doing okay, I'm fine. Tomorrow I get my results from my brain MRI, so fingers crossed nothing goes wrong there. But that was a bit of a concern, but yeah, hopefully nothing, touch wood, is wrong there. So to speak about Gears Fenix Collection and Gears 6, which I'm sure you're all intrigued about, we've obviously first got to talk a little bit about Gears 5 and a couple other things. So number one, many moons ago, I discussed the Gears Fenix collection, what I thought its pros and cons were. I have some more thoughts now that there's some time has passed. And we also have had leaks of Gears 6. Now, I know some content creators did some videos like recently saying, oh, it's been leaked. Quite a long time ago, you'll remember I spoke about the GeForce leaks. So our channel was a little bit ahead of the curve there. It was around about 7 months ago it got leaked in an episode of the Sunday Supplement. This was alongside EA wanting like NFTs and all of this stuff. So how should we approach this? Let's just say welcome, thank you. I appreciate those that continually tune in and support across the channel, whether it be a membership, a Twitch Prime, popping in and just saying hello. I really do appreciate you boys and maybe gals that are watching. So Gears 5 has been basically shelved, hasn't it, from what I'm understanding, and it's been finished, and I'm going to spend no more time discussing that game. I think we all know what went wrong, but I think a few people have got the wrong end of the stick, which is again where I'd just like to clarify. People seem to think that Gears 5 died or something like that because it wasn't classic Gears. Like it wasn't Gears 1 and therefore it died. No, it actually died because it tried to be like Gears 1 and failed. And it was this wishy-washy product of trying to put enough old Gears in to keep the franchise faithful and keep the game, you know, faithful to the older days, but also trying new stuff, but not trying enough new stuff. So it's just felt like a bad homage to Gears 2, 3, 1, 4, whatever you want to call it. The problem we're having is only highlighted by basically Halo Infinite. If you take a look at Halo Infinite, which again I did say would die and it did, it's not because Halo Infinite is that much of a bad game, it's just because it's Halo. And you try and explain this online to people don't get it. They say you're wrong, it's this, it's that, it's the customization, it's the battle pass, if there was more maps. Look, Halo 3 didn't have many maps to begin with. People weren't truly experimenting with Forge mode for a while. People were just playing matchmaking and it was fun because it was a new thing. We've all been there and done everything that's pretty much possible in Halo. The grappling hook added some new techniques, and surprise, surprise, everyone loved the grappling hook. But after that's settled, it's just settled into old Halo. And people that like the Master Chief Collection think, well, the Master Chief Collection's got more, so I'll play that. People that have had their little fill, their month or two of the free-to-play Halo Infinite, and they've been like, yeah, this was enjoyable. I've got a kick out of it. Me and my old buddies linked up. We played some Halo Infinite. But then it settles back down to, well, it's just same old Halo. You've been 4-shot, you've been team shot across the map, you're waiting for your shields to regen. It's the same old game. There's nothing really that fresh or innovative because they've got to stick to the old formula that made it so successful to bring the original fans in. Why do they do this? Well, they do this because if they were to, let's say, the Coalition or Bungie or whoever, right, were to make a brand new franchise, maybe a studio of that size could get some hype, but it would never have the hype of Halo Infinite because of all the years of, you know, people having memories with the game. So when they announce a Halo or an older, or like a new Gears, all of the people that used to play the franchise are immediately interested, and then a load of new people. Now, what they probably should do is they should drop these tired old franchises like Battlefield. Battlefield 2042 was announced. It had 128 players, blah, blah, blah. It didn't have a scoreboard. It didn't have voice chat. And now they've even removed the 128 player mode because there are no players. Why? Oh, it's because of this cosmetic. Oh, it's because of this. It's because of the classes. Again, the reality is, yeah, the classes do change it and all of that, but I think people are just bored of the same old Battlefield, the same old Gears, the same old Halo. We've all done a across-the-map snipe on Battlefield. We've all drove a tank in and got a quadra kill and rolled everybody in a helicopter. We've done all of that. We want something a bit new. The problem is you're tied to the old ways to bring in that initial wave of hype, when probably these studios should go out and make their own new IP. Because trying to twist and shape and reshape these older IPs into something that they're not doesn't really work. There are so many games that are popping up now, like these vampire survival games, these battle royales that are a new IP that are thriving on their own, because they can truly make the game they want without having to think about the older fans. Now, how does this lead into like Gears 6 and all of this stuff? Well, people want the Fenix collection, don't they? They want the Fenix collection because they're thinking this will revive the game that I love. Most people that are interested in the Fenix collection probably still actively play Gears, and there might be one or two, and I'm air marking, there'll obviously be more than one or two, but maybe there's a few 10, 20, 30, maybe 100,000, maybe a few 100,000 that want to play the old games, but they just really want to reminisce about the campaign, and they probably won't become hardcore players. The hardcore players are pretty much set in stone at this point. Now, Gears 1 has been remastered. If you're interested in a Gears 1 remaster, you can already play that. Gears 5 and 4 are new and modern. Gears 2 is old, Gears 3 is old, and Gears Judgment had a nice campaign, but the multiplayer wasn't universally loved. Now, if you want, you can get the new console and you can play these games at higher resolution and higher frame rates and play the campaigns. And they play well still. They're still absolutely fine. And I don't think a remaster would give them anything new. Yes, there'd be a new injection of life to the multiplayer and all the things, but one thing that people are really, really not understanding is just how bad those games were. I know it seems weird coming from me because I'm a Gears fan. Those games were bad. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Gears 2 had horrendous balance. So did Gears 3. If you think about it logically, the shotgun could shotgun you like 2-shot down across the map. You could be active Lancer beamed in a millisecond. There was hammer burst. There was overpass. There was all these horrendous maps. There was frag tagging grenades into corners that you couldn't see. Now maybe they do a rebalance when they release these games and they get them looking fresh, higher FPS. They add some new maps, some new modes. Maybe it's a big success. Yeah, maybe. But I can't see it surviving. I can see it having a big success like a Halo, like a, you know, maybe not like a Battlefield, but like a Battlefield of old, but then dying off. I just can't see people maintaining the passion for a Gears 1, 2, 3 Judgment remaster, because we know the way the community works. The community is going to settle on sort of what is the game, and all the community is going to play that one game. Let's say it's Gears 3. And everybody will be sat on Gears 3. You won't want to buy skins for Gears 2 because nobody's playing it, so that game loses money and doesn't get supported. You don't want to play Judgment because blah, blah, blah. The community's decided it's Gears 3. And everyone just ends up doing the same thing, playing Gears with the same small community and kind of doing it that way. I don't want to be like a super negative Nancy, because I do think there is some merit to a remaster. I would like to have them on PC to play. Whether I'm allowed to play them or not is a different topic entirely, but that's not for this video. I'm just talking as like a fan, as someone that chats on a YouTube channel to a few people. Now, Gears 6, what do I think Gears 6 should be? Now, for me personally, what I would like to see from Gears 6 is probably something very different from everybody else. You can tell me what you're hopeful for, but for me, what I would like to see from Gears 6, hand on heart, is one big, fully fleshed out story, and that's it. I don't even want to see a multiplayer. You might think, how can you say that? You're a Gears fan. You love the Gears multiplayer. The reason I say that is a fully fleshed out campaign with all the time taken, them not having to worry about balance, being able to come up with unique and innovative weapons. Because let's be honest, when you come up with a unique and innovative weapon, it also has to work inside of the multiplayer. Or it is not included in the multiplayer, and then people will moan, why is an X weapon in the multiplayer when it's in the campaign? I'd just like to see a really long campaign that ends the series. And it ends on Gears 6. This trilogy of this new group that isn't that great ends. And then the developers or whoever can come out, and in a few years' time, when I'll be older and probably won't be playing, because this would be, you know, probably 5-10 years down the line, it re-releases at some point, and basically they've had a long time to come up with sort of a new twist on the game. Because if they release it now, probably, if they're throwing in a multiplayer, it will be very similar to Gears 5, or they'll chase the Battle Royale hype. And in a few years, Battle Royale might not be the new thing, and Gears doesn't quite have the mammoth budget of an Activision COD, and it can't just drop a entire new game mode in like nothing, you know, and reshape the game. So if Battle Royale suddenly falls out of favor and Gears 6 has pinned all of its hopes on a Battle Royale, it could just flop again or die off. I would like to see the franchise finished and then take some time out to either shelf the franchise or wait for some inspiration, or wait for a team to come up that feels inspired about the game. And I know that's different to what everybody else is thinking, but I feel like we've had the amazing trilogy, Gears 1, 2, and 3. We can round off this trilogy, end it with a bang, and then we could think about a multiplayer. Maybe we release a Gears of War Master, and it's a free-to-play game supported by skins, and it's got maps, and it's got game modes, and it's got all of this, and then that is the game that everybody plays. The idea of releasing a Fenix collection and then also having Gears 6 in the mix. We know Gears is not a super popular game anymore, and it's a niche game. And then what do people want? They want that community to be spread over Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and Judgment, because all those games will be then remastered and available to play. And come on, I think that's a bit ridiculous to expect 6 games to be populated. And if you're saying, oh well, it's not about the multiplayer, the remaster, it's about the campaign, you cannot actually play the campaigns right now pretty much in a remastered format if you really want. So I'll be honest, I'm not that hyped for Gears 6. Now, we all know that, well, we don't all know, you know, I hate to bore you with the same old crap, but, you know, I'm not allowed to play Gears 5. I don't know why. You know, I even sent in, which is a legal form, by the way, in the EU, if you request, if you send a company a request like, hey, I want the information you have stored on me, they have basically 2 weeks to legally respond, and I sent one of those and they didn't even respond. Now, I'm not so arsey to go and chase it up, but I wanted to find out the reason, and I wanted to find out if there was anything that company had on me as to the specific reason, because we don't know. I've known people that have quit the game because I'm no longer allowed to play. That's like crazy to think I would have that impact. But yeah, obviously, and I think it's entirely natural, I'm less excited about Gears 6 because I'm not going to be able to play the game. But even if I was able to play the game, and that's hand on heart truth, I'm really not that interested. I really feel like what happened was I played Gears 1, 2, and 3 for all those years, and I took a huge break. I then came back onto YouTube for Gears 5 and had some small, moderate success discussing with all the older fans what we think happened, or X and Y. And I enjoyed that more than actually playing the game at many points, and I don't think a Gears 6 would blow me away. Now, if it came out with an entirely new format and it was re-energized and reinvigorated with a new team, new ideas, yeah, I'd probably get behind it and maybe enjoy it if it was good. But I really doubt that's going to happen. I very much imagine it's going to be very, very similar to Gears 5, with a slightly more dark and gritty feel. I think you can tell with the latest maps that came out in Gears 5 that they were definitely testing out some older, grittier styles. But yeah, I'm not sure where it's heading, to be honest. I know there's tons of like clickbait videos of this is happening in Gear 6, this is going to be amazing. I'm more of a realist, or you could call me a pessimist, but I think when people will like message me and say, hey, what game are you interested in? I'm not really interested in any games. I let the game come out, and then somebody will tell me if it's any good. Maybe a reviewer like myself will tell you if it's any good, with an open and honest, opinion. But I don't get hyped for any game because I know how bad the industry is at times. At Battlefield, you might have been hyped for that. Awful. You might have been hyped for Halo Infinite, relatively awful. You might have been hyped for Cyberpunk, a disaster. There's all these huge games that get hyped up and they don't live up to the hype. So what I do now is I just wait to see if a game is actually good when it releases. I don't look at trailers. I don't look at, all the community thoughts about it. I just try to maybe read a little bit on it, have some games on the radar, and then when it releases, see if it's worth being excited about, because half the time they're released broken, unfinished, and rushed due to higher ups or whatever it may be. And I'd rather just chill out playing my League of Legends and my Path of Exile and having a chat with the community. So I really appreciate you guys, the Sicario community, that have stuck with me. Most of the time, I'm going to be streaming on twitch.tv/GGZII. I'd love if people could join and chat and hang out. I have a dead-ass fucking small Twitch channel, so any support, any regular viewers would help kick me up that viewer list, and that would help massively. I have a sporting channel, if you're interested in sporting-related things. That's called The Zone. All the links are in the description. And I just wanted to say, I've got like a few product reviews on the way. I've just reviewed a gaming router that gives you better ping. It lets you select your server, stuff like this. So if you're interested in upgrading your home, set up your internet connection, maybe take a look at my Netgear XR500 review. There's stuff going on. But mainly I wanted to sit down today and just say thanks for everyone that's been supporting. Yeah, it's been I understand I'm not naive that most of my audience are from Gears 5. Path of Exile and a router review isn't something that you're really interested in, but it's something I'm passionate about, so I'm posting it. I hope you understand that. I'm the same person. The same passion from Gears 5 is the same passion that goes into PoE or that goes into reviews, etc. So if you like me as a person or my style, there's a reason to check out the other videos. But yeah, I'm not that hyped about the Fenix collection. I'm not that hyped about Gears 6. And that's not a gear. I just don't really get hyped for games anymore. Maybe it's because I've seen so many launches and I'm a bit older and I've been there, done there, got the t-shirt. But that's how I'm feeling. So hopefully this video was something that you can enjoy. I know a lot of people used to watch these chat videos whilst at work on their lunch break. It's awesome that people would do that. And yeah, I'm back making content. It's not going to be every single day, but I am making some content. Just give me some time. Yeah. Have a great day. Leave me a comment. Drop a like. Have a chat. Let's get the community a little bit back. The Sicarios. Thank you.